Welcome, Jan. Thanks
Thank you
for
very
coming on to
much.
the local Lens today.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
So we know that you started out as a singer-songwriter.
I did.
So how did you discover your knack for teaching?
I was buying a piece of gear at a music store, and a guy that was running a rock and roll guitar school had heard about me as a singer around town and asked me if I thought I could help one of his clients at the guitar school. And I said, yeah, I think I could.
Now, it's important to you to make a difference, and you've been able to really, you have a heart for developing artists. So when did you discover that?
In the process of working with artists and being an artist myself, you learn a lot about what needs to be done. And living as long as I've lived in the industry, it's really about helping other people to navigate through it. There's never an end to it, so developing artists is really just helping other people to be better and to know more about what they're doing in their process. But the love of it is being able to be creative every day and to work with those artists and making a difference at a national level, or just, you know, if somebody's just better writing a song or singing in their church choir or really, you know, local coffee houses, whatever. That's the part of the developmental process. So for me, it's just making that difference.
Now, faith has been a huge part of your life and a huge part of your story. So can you tell us a little bit about how that has changed you or helped you develop as a woman and as a professional?
I mean, I'm grateful for my mom and dad who, you know, I grew up in Southern Baptist churches because I was born in Atlanta, Georgia. So I don't know if that's particularly, you know, Southern to say that, but faith was always the cornerstone in our household. And I've certainly taken some hard left turns in my life, but having a sense that there's something bigger than me and knowing that faith can and has carried me through some of the hardest times in my life. As I've gotten older, it becomes more and more important for me to be able to lean into that. And I also see God's work in my life and in the work that I do with other people. So it's become an undeniable factor in who I am to really lean in hard on that. And the more I lean, the more comfortable I am in letting go otherwise and just following that path and trusting. So I see so many people who don't have a faith or who are confused or don't believe in anything past themselves. And I think it makes a difference. I just think being able to hold on to something greater than you and putting that out to other people is it's kind of an undeniable force in my life for sure.
And you mentioned your parents and how important they are to you, and you actually wear your father's ring for sentimental purposes. So could you tell us a little bit about that?
I can. My dad died in June of 2010. I was supposed to be in a week's worth of rehearsals for the Justin Bieber tour, and that was at Phillips Arena. And instead I was in the hospital with my dad dying. He had a brainstem stroke. And it was very sudden. My father was a very healthy man. He was on the golf course 2 days before he had that stroke and shot an 88 at the age of 82. So, but I took the late night shift with Daddy. My brothers and my mom were there in the morning, and I would come in the afternoon and stay throughout the night. And so I happened to be the person that was there with Daddy when he died. I had my right hand on his heart when it beat for the last time. And my father didn't want to be buried with any jewelry on. And so they had to cut his ring off, and my mom asked my brothers, they're older than me, if they wanted it, and neither one of them would take it. And I asked Mother if I could have it, and so I had it sized to fit my hand. And my dad is my right hand man.
Can we see it?
That's my daddy's wedding band. My mom and dad were married for 62 years.
Oh,
And look at this couple right here. Look at them.
love
They're
that.
so happy. I love that picture.
Yeah.
You can just see their joy is infectious.
They're actually so happy, it almost looks like that's the picture that came in the frame.
Well, you know, and that's the weird thing about that, because that picture was taken the summer before Daddy, the year before, and I had that photo shoot done at their home because my mother had an accident, and we thought that something could happen to her, and so I had that photo shoot done, and we captured them on film, so we could kind of have the narrative of their life and their love story. And unbeknownst to us, my father died the next year, so we had that. Yeah. So since we're talking about faith today, and my faith in particular, I thought that it would be great to bring back an old gospel tune. So it's my honor and privilege to do this one for you today.